Okay, so I think I'm the only one I know out of all my friends and family who has a single person phone plan. Every single person from my friends, my coworkers, my girlfriend, they're all on family plans even if they don't live with their parents anymore. They're still on family plans just because the concept of a family plan as a whole is cheaper. Pretty sure I'm the only one in my circle, at least, specifically that has a single person family plan. Now, if you're in that same boat, there have probably been a few contenders that you've been looking at, specifically the big three. So AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. But there has probably been one that has crossed your path, maybe through advertisements or sponsorships that you see on the side of websites or something, and that specific plan is Mint Mobile. Now, I came across a Mint Mobile ad, the Ryan Reynolds phone plan, about a year and a half ago, and I decided, you know what, why not? Let me give it a shot, maybe just for like a few months or something, see how I like it. So, fast forward a year and a half later, my plan is now up for renewal, and I have 10 days to renew it. So, we're going to see, am I going to renew? Was it worth it? And how do I feel about Mint Mobile? Let's find out. So Mint Mobile, like I said, was the Ryan Reynolds phone plan. This might be embarrassing to say, but that's actually one of the biggest reasons why I joined. And I don't regret it, to be honest, because I find him a pretty funny guy. And ever since I joined, I've been getting letters from Mint Mobile every now and then, which includes some pretty hilarious things like a little cardboard cutout of himself. I actually ended up throwing it away, but for a while I did put it on my desk because I found it really entertaining. But aside from all the novel stuff, let's go ahead and actually dive into the phone plan. So I'm going to talk about a few things here, which is the customer service, the price, and the actual cell service as well. So number one, let's go ahead and touch on the customer service. So the customer service I'm actually going to pair with the app experience. So the app is super simple. It's straightforward. And if you need help, you can literally just go to the help tab and just chat with somebody right then and there. I think it's because when I first signed up, there weren't too many people that signed up as well. So their chat was really immediate every time I reached out for something. But honestly, I'm pretty techie myself, so I didn't really need to reach out for a lot of things. I haven't had many issues or any carrier interruptions or signal interruptions or anything that I had to really reach out to tech assistance for. And then the second thing I really want to touch on is the price. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and look at my phone right now because it's telling me that I have to renew in a few days. Let me see. So my payment is due in 8 days exactly, and I'm on an annual renewal plan, so I just pay the whole thing up front for a year, and my price is $285 for a year, which is pretty freaking good considering my plan is the 20 gigabytes of data plan. I don't know somebody who needs that much data. Most of my internet usage goes to my Wi-Fi, and anytime I'm outside of the house, I'll be stealing Wi-Fi from somebody else or just using public Wi-Fi, and if I absolutely have to, then I'll use data. Even if I do like an overkill of data, I probably use maybe max 10 gigs, and I have 20 gigs available, so there's never been a time in my year and a half with Mint Mobile that I went overboard and actually hit the 20 gigabytes of data, especially just as a single user on a one-person plan. So when we take a look at the numbers here, I'm trying to do the math on my calculator because I'm not good at math. 285 divided by 12 is $23.75 a month. That's a pretty freaking good deal, with one exception though. I did have to buy my own phone up front, which I don't feel like is too much of a problem. So I'm an iPhone user, and iPhones get updates for like years and years and years. I'm the type of person where if I buy a phone, I don't upgrade it every single year like some people. I'm the type of person more so where if I were to get a new phone, I'll wait like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years before skipping to the next generation phone. So for me, I don't have a problem going on Amazon into their renewed section or their refurbished section or whatever and paying $800 for like the newest iPhone and keeping it for 3 or 4 years. And then the only thing I would pay for after that would be my phone plan, which is Mint Mobile, which I just dish out $285 for the year. I get 20 gigabytes of data. I have unlimited talk and text. My phone is LTE compatible, and yeah, honestly, I just call it a day. It's as simple as that. I never have any interruptions with my data, like I said. I don't ever have dropped calls, and I never really had issues with them as well. So second point is good as long as you're buying your own phone. Now, I did notice on Mint Mobile's website that they do offer their own phones. What I would recommend is actually you go to Amazon for the phone that you want, get a renewed version of the phone that you want. So it's like, I don't know, either used like new or renewed or something like that, which is pretty much basically new, just with a chunk of money taken off. And then use that phone and then pair it with your Mint Mobile plan. I found that you save the most money doing it that way. And then the last thing that I'm gonna really quickly touch on is the cellular service. So I'm in the United States. So the big three that we have in the United States are AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Mint Mobile uses T-Mobile's towers. So really good here because you're using the towers from one of the top 3 carriers in the US. So I'm pretty sure that's why my signal is so good. I do live just outside of a really big city. Even though I'm still not in the big city and still just outside, my cellular service is still pretty good. By taking advantage of T-Mobile's towers, I felt like that was a really big benefit for me because it didn't make me feel like I was out of the loop because I was using some like weird third-party, strange, out-of-the-way towers that like no one has ever heard of. So now the question arises, am I going to be renewing Mint Mobile after having it for a year and a half? And the answer is absolutely yes. And the reason it's yes is because the customer service has always been great to me. There's actually rarely a time where I ever even need to reach out to the customer service. We're using T-Mobile's cell towers, so my signal is great. And the plans are super cheap because of how I kind of set up my situation where I just buy a phone on Amazon Renewed and then I use Mint Mobile's plan to kind of supplement that because I'm not really sharing a phone plan with anybody else. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rate Mint Mobile? Because I've had bigger plans before. I've actually had all 3 of them. I've used AT&T, I've used Verizon, I've used T-Mobile. So where would I put them on a spectrum on a comparison on a scale of 1 to 10? I would give Mint Mobile an 8.7, to be honest. I think 8.7 is fair. I feel like it's great if you're in a specific situation like myself. I'm not in a family plan, so this is something that I actually would recommend to people who aren't in family plans or are shopping around for solo plans because, as you know, for the big 3, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, those solo plans can get pretty pricey. And then if you're financing a phone on top, yeah, that could stack up pretty quick. All right, so that's my review for Mint Mobile. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, be sure to hit the subscribe and like button. Take care of yourselves, and have a good one. All right, peace.